Live from downtown Spokane, this is 4 News Now, Special Edition.
A fire claimed the lives of 3 puppies at an animal adoption center in Spokane this afternoon. Thanks for being with us here on a special edition of 4 News Now. I'm Jordan Smith. The Spokane Fire Department responded to a fire at Spokane just after 1 p.m. A neighbor called the fire department when they saw smoke coming from the Spokane quarantine building. That building is designed to keep sick animals away from the general shelter population. And even though crews were able to put out the fire, Spokane says the building is a total wash and they will have to rebuild. The organization posting on Facebook today, in part, quote, "The Spokane team is heartbroken, but we will persist with saving lives." Well, here's a live look at the Spokane Arena, where right across the street from us, the girls' state 2B championship is underway. Northwest Christian is facing Adna for the title right now, and then later on it's Freeman and Columbia boys going head-to-head at 9 o'clock. And we'll have more from all the championship games across the state coming up later on in the show. Those in town for basketball games this week, they certainly got to enjoy some Spokane sunshine in between some clouds there today. So Jason Valentine joins us with a look at what this weekend has in store for us.
Another beautiful day tomorrow. Again, a little bit of mostly cloudy conditions, but the most important thing, we got to spring ahead. Jordan,
that's right.
We are losing an hour this weekend. Good Saturday evening, everyone. Here's another live look at the Spokane Arena. Downtown is hopping with these basketball tournaments. It is that time of year, isn't it? So take a look at our evening planner. We're going to be looking above the freezing mark overnight tonight, as we say, unseasonably warm for this time of year. Again, spring-like conditions. It's almost warm enough to not wear a jacket outside, but still, you're going to want to, especially as we get into our next work week. Things are going to be getting much, much cooler. So taking a look at our radar, we are looking free and clear, but we do expect to see a little bit of shower activity to pop in as we get to tomorrow evening. Then we'll get a break on Monday, but by Tuesday evening, Wednesday, Thursday, and into our next weekend, we do expect some on and off showers with those cooler temperatures. That could mean some AM rain, snow mix, and maybe in some of our outlying areas, just some plain old snow. So do be aware, winter isn't over just yet. So our spring countdown, again, daylight savings time, it happens at 2 a.m. tomorrow morning, but when you wake up tomorrow, just put your clock an hour ahead. We do lose an hour for the weekend, though. St. Patrick's Day, 9 days away, a week from this Monday, and spring hits in 12 days. So again, spring-like conditions if you think of rain and cooler temperatures on the way. As we finish our final full week of winter, I'll get you ready for that. My first alert weather forecast coming up later in the show.
We're looking forward to it. Jason, thank you for that. And the return of nice weather also means the return of construction season. Crews are already gearing up for a major project in northeast Spokane. Starting on Monday, a detour will be in place along North Freya between Garland and Wellesley as crews begin replacing a water main, and the project is expected to last all throughout the summer. During that time, crews will also repave the road, improve sidewalks, and install new stormwater management features. This afternoon, the Spokane Police Department took a man into custody after he barricaded himself in a home in northeast Spokane. This happened on East-South Riverton Avenue and North Altamont Street near the Spokane River. Police set up an armed barricade around the home before arresting the man a little after 1 o'clock this afternoon. According to Spokane Police, felony charges are pending for the suspect, though SPD did not specify what those charges are. SPD said there is no active threat to the community. Big changes are coming to Spokane's local business hubs. The city is investing close to $2.5 million in ARPA funds to revamp 4 neighborhood districts. Our Alexandra Cohen-Yard shares the details of this project and how those leading it say this will help boost our local economy.
When you're a small business owner, you pour everything you have into it, to make it work. So it's like ride or die.
Brianna Musser co-owns this building in Hilliard. Inside, you will find a brewery, a restaurant, and a coffee shop, all locally owned. Keeping businesses like these afloat during the pandemic was hard.
Yeah, it was not easy, but we got through.
Now her neighborhood, Hilliard, along with 3 others, is getting a makeover through the allocation of ARPA funds to ensure they can stay resilient no matter what challenges they face in the future.
This money would give them a huge boost. Think of it like old Mario Brothers. This is like a super boost.
A super boost of $450,000 per district, to be exact.
As you can see, Hilliard is a very charming neighborhood, but businesses here tell me they feel this area needs some love. This project is not meant to change it, but rather enhance what this district already has to offer.
This funding should really be used to accelerate the efforts that these districts are already pursuing.
Daria Pilgrim is a fellow at the Economy Recovery Corps. Her job is to help communities put these federal funds to use.
And this is one of those really exciting, timely opportunities. And even though we're beyond the original timeline for ARPA, the timing is actually perfect for a place like Spokane.
Pilgrim says this is because business districts are getting these funds at a time when they are starting to flourish, giving them the tools for continued success.
And I think that's what these funds were meant for, that it creates sustainable, tangible things that we can do and tools that we can have to propel us into the future.
Businesses in Hilliard, Garland, North Monroe, and South Perry will be able to apply for activation grants throughout the spring and summer months. You can find more information on how to get involved on our website at kxly.com. Reporting from Spokane, Alexandra Coenyards, 4 News Now.
This afternoon, people lined Division near Garland Avenue, waving flags and holding signs. A few people waved pride flags as well as the Ukrainian flag. Some of those signs reading "Impeach." In Washington, D.C. on Friday, President Donald Trump signed an executive order seeking to limit those eligible for the Public Service Loan Forgiveness Program. He directed the Education Department to revise the program's definition of public service to exclude activities with a, quote, substantial illegal purpose. According to that order, that includes nonprofits that violate immigration laws and support terrorism. The Public Service Loan Forgiveness Program was created during the Bush administration back in 2007. It promises to wipe away remaining federal student loan debt after an eligible government or nonprofit worker makes 10 years of monthly payments. Today, House Speaker Mike Johnson has unveiled a spending bill that would stave off a government shutdown before Friday's deadline. And the stopgap measure would keep the government funded through September 30th. Republican leadership aides say that it would also increase defense spending while also including cuts to domestic spending programs. Johnson hopes to hold the vote on passing the bill on Tuesday. President Trump has been highly supportive of the measure and urged Republicans to vote for it in a post on Truth Social on Saturday. House Minority Leader Hakeem Jeffries has strongly opposed the measure. Instead, he has been advocating for a long-term negotiated deal. Besides the looming threat of a government shutdown, U.S. consumers are also facing potential tariffs that are expected to rattle the economy. President Trump is threatening steep reciprocal tariffs on Canadian lumber and dairy products, which could begin as early as next week. Here's ABC's Johnny Fernandez to break down the details.
American businesses are bracing for the latest tariff threat from the White House. President Trump vowing to impose new tariffs on Canadian lumber and dairy in response to the large tax Canada puts on American dairy and lumber to protect its own industries.
250%. Nobody ever talks about that. 250% tariff, which is taking advantage of our farmers. They make it impossible for us to sell lumber or dairy products into Canada.
The National Association of Home Builders say even a 25% tariff on Canadian lumber would increase the cost of building a new single-family home by up to $10,000. That comes after the president imposed 25% tariffs on all goods from Canada and Mexico that went into effect on March 4th. The president then changed direction, offering a 1-month exemption for automakers on Wednesday, followed by a 1-month delay on tariffs for other goods from Mexico and Canada on Thursday. Wall Street reacting to the uncertainty. Stocks finished the week in the red. The Dow down nearly 1,200 points since Monday's open. The S&P having its worst week since September. But the president saying the uncertainty is here to stay.
There'll always be changes and adjustments. There'll always be some modifications. I mean, if you have a wall in front of you, sometimes you have to go around the wall instead of through it.
All this as a possible government shutdown looms. House GOP leaders unveiling their stopgap funding bill on Saturday that will fund the government through the end of September. But it will be a challenge to get the bill through both chambers before the March 14th deadline. Democrats are not on board, which means House Speaker Mike Johnson will need near unanimous support. President Trump urging all Republicans in Congress to vote yes, writing on his Truth Social site, "We must remain united." Johnny Fernandez, ABC News, New York.
A random shooting in a pub in Toronto injures 12 people. When we come back tonight, you'll hear from the police chief what they know so far in this investigation. That's coming up. Plus, the Cougs are moments away from tipping off in their first WCC tournament. Despite a dysfunctional second half of the season, their opponent says the Cougs are a force to be reckoned with. Sydney Berger's coming back with a preview.
And get ready for a very nice evening ahead with big changes on the way. I'll get you ready for your Sunday and your work week ahead. That's coming right up.
Connect with 4 News Now on KXLY+.
4 News Now is brought to you by Shriners Children's Spokane, the most amazing care anywhere.
At 4 News Now, we believe you should expect more from local news. Our team is committed to a community conversation and bringing you information you need when and where you need it. Numerica believes in and supports that mission.
Welcome to the card for Zags fans who dream big. Get your exclusive Gonzaga debit card from Numerica today.
A real meal deserves a real dessert, like the DQ $7 meal deal with your choice of all this for just $7. Because a full-size meal without that satisfying sweet treat, that's like chicken strips with no dip, like a burger with no bun, like a sundae with no drizzle. Whether you go for chicken strips or a cheeseburger, treat yourself to an honest-to-goodness meal with full-size fries, a drink, and dessert, all for just $7 a DQ.
The itch and rash of moderate to severe eczema disrupts my skin night and day. Despite treatment, it's still not under control. But now I have Rinvoq. Rinvoq is a once-daily pill that reduces the itch and helps clear the rash of eczema fast. Some taking Rinvoq felt significant itch relief as early as 2 days, and some achieved dramatic skin clearance as early as 2 weeks. Many saw clear or almost clear skin.
Rinvoq can lower ability to fight infections. Before treatment, test for TB and do blood work. Serious infections, blood clots, some fatal. Cancers including lymphoma and skin, serious allergic reactions, GI tears, death, heart attack, and stroke occurred. CV event risk increases in age 50+ with a heart disease risk factor. Tell your doctor if you've had these events. Infection, Hep B or C, smoked, are pregnant, or planning. Don't take if allergic or have an infection.
Disrupt the itch and rash of eczema. Talk to your dermatologist about Rinvoq.
Learn how AbbVie can help you save.
Watch Judy Justice weekdays at 3 on KXLY ABC4.
Judy Justice is now in session right here.
Judy Justice is brought to you by Russell and Hill. Injured in a car, truck, or motorcycle wreck? Call 1-800-LAW-0842.
Watch KXLY Plus over the air on KXLY ABC4. Live updates, breaking news, weather every 10 minutes from the 4 News Now team. Get up to date on the information you need in just an hour. Weekdays at 11 a.m. and 4 p.m. over the air on KXLY ABC4.
All weekend long, we've been paying attention to the State B basketball tournament over at the Spokane Arena. Sydney Berger's here at the desk with us with some updates from those championship games.
Oh, yeah. Right now, the Northwest Christian girls are fighting for the 2B state title. And luckily, since we are just right across the street, I got the chance to run over and check it out. So the Crusaders were taking on the Adna Pirates for bragging rights on the best 2B team in Washington State. Northwest Christian is an 8-seed underdog to the 2-seed Pirates, but they started out with a 9-0 run, so a great start to a high-stakes game. The Pirates, though, have since caught up since the game has hit the fourth quarter. At last check, we have the Crusaders just down by 2 points, a 44-42 score check. We'll keep track on that one. Plus, at 9 o'clock, the Freeman boys go for the 2B title against Columbia in the arena as well. Well, the Central Valley girls team just won the 3A state title in the Tacoma Dome. The Bears didn't lose a single game all season, including in the most important moment. They closed out a perfect season with a 39-34 win against Lakeside. And 4 of our local college teams are also vying for a championship title at the West Coast Conference Tournament this week. Washington State men's basketball is minutes away from tipping off in their first ever WCC tournament game. Loyola Marymount beat San Diego yesterday to get this third-round matchup against the Cougs. WSU played LMU once in the regular season, which resulted in a win in the Spokane Arena to open up conference play. Although the Cougs had a rocky end to their conference slate, LMU head coach Stan Johnson says you can't underestimate this Cougar team.
They got really good players. Offensively, I think they're special. They have multiple guys that can beat you, and they got bigs that can step out and shoot. They present a lot of problems. So I'm really concerned about how we're going to guard them, and I'm concerned about their transition.
Well, the Cougs are playing to keep their season alive, and again, that game tips off at 8:30 in Vegas, so in just about a few minutes. The Washington State women's team is also down in the desert for their first WCC tournament. Their first opponent was decided earlier this afternoon, so the Cougs will be facing the Pacific Tigers in the quarterfinal round being played tomorrow at 2 o'clock. And both Bulldog squads have a couple extra days of prep before their games in the semifinal round. The Gonzaga men earned the 2 seed in their regular season win against San Francisco and are projected to make it to the WCC title game, where they would most likely face St. Mary's for a 3rd time this season. Their semifinal opponent hasn't been slated yet, but Nolan Hickman says it doesn't matter who it is. If the Zags play how they did in their wins against Santa Clara and San Francisco, they'll be in good shape.
Keep playing the way we're playing. We've been playing with a lot of force, a lot of energy lately, and honestly, if we just keep that up going into every game and just take it one game at a time, I think we'll be right where we need to be.
St. Mary's won the conference title last season, and Gonzaga won it the 4 times before that. And to show you how dominant these programs are, either the Zags or the Gales have won the title every year since 2009. In case you missed it, the Seahawks traded quarterback Geno Smith to the Raiders for 1 third-round draft pick. Geno will head to Vegas to join his old head coach, Pete Carroll, and this comes just days after the Seahawks released wide receiver Tyler Lockett and DK Metcalf requesting to be traded. So the Seahawks have a lot of offensive questions to answer, and maybe this guy can help them out.
I mean, definitely it'd be cool to stay close to home, with Seattle, but I mean, I just want an opportunity. It doesn't matter where I have to go across the country, anywhere. I'll do anything just to play football.
Well, that's NFL draft hopeful Efton Chisholm, who just represented Eastern Washington at Pro Day in front of 27 NFL scouts, including the Seattle Seahawks. Last season, Chisholm broke the school record for most receptions in a single season and will likely go down as one of the best to ever wear the Eagles logo. Also hoping to represent his school on a bigger stage coming up here soon. More importantly, though, the Seahawks without Geno, Lockett, possibly most likely DK.
Yeah.
Where do you begin? I mean, they have the 18th overall pick. That might be too low to get a good quarterback. If that's...
Yeah, it may not look like a total rebuild at this point, but some serious holes to fill. And there are some pretty interesting free agents at quarterback. You got Sam Darnold, Aaron Rodgers, Justin Fields are available. So I don't know if the Seahawks go for any of those guys.
The rumors are swirling on social media. It's been cool to kind of see what people's predictions are.
Oh yeah, it's going to be an interesting couple of weeks here leading into the draft, so we'll keep an eye on that. And it has been a pretty busy weekend, and you better plan accordingly, because tomorrow you'll have 1 less hour of sleep to prepare for the work week. Remember, we lose an hour when we spring forward. Tips to keep your sleep schedule in check. That's coming up. Plus, an unexpected visitor near a Spokane Valley park caught on camera. We'll show you more after the break.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
Experience winter fun at Silver Mountain Resort. Discover some of the best terrain in the region, just 30 minutes east of Coeur d'Alene, right off I-90. Relax in a beautiful condo, just a short stroll from the gondola, dining, exciting water slides, and indoor surfing at the water park. Enjoy a gondola ride to our exhilarating snow tubing and your gateway to snow rider heaven. Create unforgettable family memories at Silver Mountain. Book today at silvermt.com.
So he's been streaming live sports, gaming, and working for 3 days straight.
But why would he do that when we already know Xfinity Internet is 99.9% reliable?
He said he wanted to pressure test the network.
Package.
Do Do you want to?
That's all you.
Okay.
Get Xfinity Internet and one unlimited 5G mobile line together for $25 and save over $1,000 versus other major carriers in your first year. Plus, get iPhone 16e on us.
Celebrate Bi-Mart's 70th anniversary during our open house with our latest savings book. Storeware's 23-gallon storage totes are $8.99. Arm & Hammer liquid detergent is $2 off. Save $1 on Pedigree bag dry dog food. Stock up on seed packets, they're 50% off. And there's great savings on pantry essentials. During our open house, members and non-members can stop in and save now through March 10th at Bi-Mart. Saving the Northwest more since 1955.
Touch can mean so many things, even for people with moderate to severe eczema. Touch can make two feel like one, or simply be a helping hand. Dupixent can help you stay ahead of eczema as you welcome the feeling of touch. Dupixent helps block a key source of inflammation inside the body that can cause eczema to help heal your skin from within. Many adults saw 90% clearer skin. Some even achieved long-lasting clearer skin. And fast itch relief after the first dose. Severe allergic reactions can occur. Get help right away for face, mouth, tongue, or throat swelling, wheezing, or trouble breathing. Tell your doctor of new or worsening eye problems like eye pain, vision changes, or blurred vision, joint aches and pain, or a parasitic infection. Don't change or stop asthma or other medicines without talking to your doctor. Dupixent, the #1 prescribed biologic by dermatologists and allergists, helps you feel the heal. See the difference for yourself. Reach out to your eczema specialist today.
4 News Now, Hoops in the Desert Gonzaga Tournament coverage is brought to you by BECU.
Welcome back. Take a look at this video here. Our viewer Jenny Potts sent us this video of a coyote she spotted over in Spokane Valley. This was taken near the YMCA and Mirabu Park. And you don't often see a coyote walking around during the daytime, so pretty remarkable video there from Jenny. And even though a coyote might look harmless or adorable or whatever, there are some safety tips. Please remember, if you ever encounter one in the wild, Washington Fish and Wildlife say instead of running away from a coyote, you should make some loud noises to try to scare it away, kind of like a bear, and make sure that your garbage is always secure, just in case they try to help themselves to whatever leftovers you might have thrown out. And it's also a good idea to feed your cats or your dogs inside to keep them safe, just in case some wildlife like coyotes make an appearance on your property.
Yeah, they might. Your dog looks like a coyote,
yes,
right?
Eerily similar.
Just leave him be.
Yeah, there's a stark difference there, I think, between that husky and the coyote. They look cuddly, they're both, but yeah, one is a little bit.
And they make a racket.
I'm told that, yeah.
I live on the South Hill every night.
Yeah, and you hear that.
They make a racket. Yeah. And they might be doing it soon because it's going to be getting chilly outside. Thank you so much, Jordan. Good Saturday evening, everyone. We're having a lovely evening throughout our area. Staying warm, mid to upper 40s right now. Warm spot is Coeur d'Alene. We are staying dry, a little bit of wind out there. We are going to see some breezy conditions come in tomorrow. So let's take a look at what we need to know. 4 things to know. Spring ahead. We lose an hour this weekend, but we gain that sunshine in the evening. Warm and breezy tomorrow, cooler and wet next week, and rain could return tomorrow evening. So we're going to keep a close eye on that. So taking a look at our current temperatures, 49 right now, our hot spot in Coeur d'Alene, 45 in Spokane. Staying warm for our friends in the Tri-Cities at 53. We're going to see another warm day tomorrow, but then the coolness is going to be coming back. Our average highs for this time of year is right around 46, 47. We're going to be just above it starting on Monday, and we're just going to stay right there, maybe even a little bit below it as we get to Friday and Saturday. So things are going to be cooling down. Also, if you're doing some traveling across the pass or into any of the mountain passes in our area, Friday and Saturday and Thursday, they're going to see quite a bit of snow, 4 inches or so. So, of course, take a look at current conditions before you head out the door. We're seeing a little bit of push in our winds, but tomorrow, 10 to 20 mile per hour winds. And as we get to the latter part of tomorrow night, we do expect to see around 35 mile per hour gusts at times. So a little bit of wind on the way tomorrow. So our forecast radar, as we move into our evening hours tonight, you can see the time stamp up top. We are looking very clear. Maybe a little bit of cloud coverage coming into our morning hours. And again, mostly cloudy conditions will continue. But look at what we got coming in from the northwest. We do have some shower activity. It looks like it's going to be hitting the Spokane, Coeur d'Alene area very late tomorrow night, around 11 p.m. It's going to move through pretty quickly, but some heavy cells in there. Then we're going to see a little bit of snow very early on Monday morning. Moscow area, Pullman area, rain-snow mix. That'll move along, but that could gnarl up some of the traffic for Monday's commute. So do be aware of that if you're in the Panhandle or maybe even in Pullman. So as we look at our highs tomorrow, we're going to be in the mid to upper 50s, staying warm. 56 for Coeur d'Alene, 57 for Spokane. But again, get ready for those cooler temperatures. And again, we are springing forward tomorrow. Just add an hour to your clock tomorrow if it doesn't do it automatically. So all that sunshine we've been gaining in the morning hours, we're going to lose. Sunshine will now relegate to just after 7 o'clock. But look at this, sunset will be in the 6 o'clock hour, late into it. So you're going to be getting all of that sunshine into the evening hours. So our planning forecast, again, breezy tomorrow, 10 to 20 mile per hour winds, cooler temperatures. And by the time we get to Tuesday, we're going to see shower activity start in the late hours, 70% chance of late showers there. Then we'll see on and off showers through Saturday. And again, rain snow mix possible at times. So for our last full week of winter, we expect to see cooler temperatures, on and off showers, and be careful if you're traveling through the passes next week.
All right, some good tips there. Thank you for that. And hey, before you do turn those clocks forward Sunday morning, you might try shifting your sleep just a little bit, maybe tonight. The American Academy of Sleep Medicine says that as the time change messes with your sleep, it's also linked to a rise in car crashes, cardiovascular events, mood changes, and other problems. So to lessen the impact on your sleep, experts say to gradually adjust the time that you go to bed and wake up about 15 to 20 minutes earlier to help your body adjust. This might have been good information a couple days ago, but hey, it's never too late to start. And also, move up your daily routines a little bit and make sure you do get at least 7 hours of sleep before and after the switch. And after we spring forward, spend some time in the sun in the mornings.
With daylight savings time, it disrupts our natural circadian rhythm. People who are more affected are likely people who already have some sleep difficulties.
The CDC also recommends keeping your bedroom quiet and cool and avoiding large meals and alcohol before bed and avoiding caffeine, of course, late in the day. It's a first for Spokane. Spokane Transit Authority is rolling out new double-decker buses. These buses will connect Spokane and Cheney starting this fall. And right now, these routes are often full of Eastern Washington students and faculty. STA says sometimes the rides are standing room only. And these new buses will have seats for 80 people, but can hold about 120 at full capacity.
They're, I think, really excited about it. It's just going to be a really new experience for them to be able to actually sit, possibly do their homework, instead of being in those standing-only loads.
The double-deckers will officially start their routes in September. Until then, you may spot them driving around town for training. Police in Toronto, Canada are searching for 3 men they say were involved in a mass shooting outside of a pub on Friday. The shooting injured a dozen people. Investigators say at least 6 victims suffered gunshot wounds, but it's unclear how the other people were hurt. The victims range in age from their 20s to their 50s. The Toronto police chief saying he's just thankful no one was killed.
It's simply incredible nobody was killed. Absolutely incredible, and it's an incredibly brazen act of violence, and we need to do everything we can to resolve this.
Police say at least one of the suspects left the area in a silver car. They do not have a description on the others, other than he was wearing a black ski mask. Still ahead here on this special edition of 4 News Now, the latest on Pope Francis's recovery, why sources from the Vatican say they are cautiously optimistic about his progress. And Matthew Modine returns to Spokane to relive the time he spent filming Vision Quest in the Lilac City, and when you can catch the film's 40th anniversary screening in local theaters. That's coming up.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
For March only, buy 1 window or door and get the second 40% off. Plus, get an additional $750 off your entire project. Schedule your complimentary consultation. Call Renewal by Anderson today.
All across Washington, people are coming together
to restore our rivers and streams.
We're planting trees and shrubs to cool and purify the water,
making it healthier for salmon.
Each project improves water quality and creates new habitat for fish and wildlife.
The ripples of these projects will be felt for generations.
Be a part of the ripple effect by volunteering with your local conservation district.
Hi, I'm Ken, and I'm a lawyer.
I'm Donnie, and I'm not, but I am an advocate.
So am I.
I'm an advocate.
I'm an advocate.
I'm an advocate.
Seriously injured? You deserve justice. You deserve an advocate.
That's us.
All of us.
At Fred's, discover the largest selection of in-stock, get-it-today inventory in our region. This spacious GE French door refrigerator is on sale now for only $15.99. With a large capacity of 27 cubic feet, this refrigerator will easily store large or bulk food items with 3 full-width shelves. We sell appliances, only appliances.
Your home is more than a place, it's a feeling, a reflection of who you are. And at the Tin Roof, we believe furniture should do more than fill a room. It should inspire it. From timeless dining tables to sofas you can sink into and decor that tells your story, every piece is thoughtfully curated to make your space feel effortlessly you. Because it's not just furniture, it's where memories are made, where comfort lives, and where life happens. It's more than furniture, it's a feeling.
All 4 Click It RV Superstores have gone mad with huge discounts on a huge selection of top brand RVs, which means the lowest prices, factory incentives, and rebates.
You guys gotta beat the spring rush and get in here now.
Shop online and find the floor plan you liked and build it, price it, and click it.
Or come to any of our neighborhood locations.
From travel trailers to fifth wheels, toy haulers to motorhomes. Get a better RV and the lowest price guarantee.
Only at your neighborhood Click It RV Superstore.
And ClickItRV.com.
Be a winner like me and get the Click It RV.
4 News Now, Hoops in the Desert Gonzaga Tournament coverage is brought to you by BECU.
Absolutely electric entrance. An 80s classic is turning 40 years old this year. If you've grown up in Spokane, you know all about Vision Quest. The movie was shot back in 1985 here in Spokane, featuring a young Matthew Modine, who went on to star in several high-profile films like Full Metal Jacket. And Modine is back in town to celebrate the 40th anniversary screening this weekend as a part of the Spokane International Film Festival. I sat down with the star actor, but not before visiting one of the many local landmarks that made its way into the film.
In the movie Vision Quest, Matthew Modine remembers running a lot. He ran across every single bridge here in Spokane, including this one on Monroe Street. And it immortalized our local landmarks in a film that put both Modine and Spokane on the map.
It's just as fresh and beautiful as it was back in '84 when we made the film.
Matthew Modine is back where it all started, here in the Lilac City, where he made Loudon Swain a household name.
The girl of my dreams lives under my own roof. I see her every day, but she thinks I'm a kid, immature, a dumb jock, all of which is more or less true.
He came back in 2017 and 2012 before that, giving our news team a tour of the shooting locations seen throughout the film, like at the Ridpath Hotel.
I think I ran into this entrance here. Yeah? You did? To run in here and then go to the locker, put my red jacket on.
His role in Vision Quest jump-started his acting career, later getting cast by Stanley Kubrick in Full Metal Jacket.
That's a war face! Now let me see your war face! Ah!
And later earned a role as Papa in Stranger Things. He's back today ahead of the Spokane International Film Festival this weekend, meeting the community and aspiring film students during a 2-hour Q&A format, sharing advice and stories like how he convinced Stanley Kubrick not to kill off his character in Full Metal Jacket.
You should live, Stanley, because that is the real horror of war, having to spend the rest of your life with that in your mind.
I asked him if there was a place in Spokane that stands out all these years later. His answer, the bridges.
And how important those bridges are because they connect us. And as a metaphor, as a kind of spiritual metaphor, it's so important to be able to have those kind of bridges to bring the community together.
And you can catch the 40th anniversary screening of Vision Quest this Sunday at the Fox Theater. Modine will be there for a live Q&A with Jess Walters. And also this weekend, don't forget, the 26th Annual Film Festival is underway. It runs Friday through Sunday. Tickets are going quick for that, and you can find information for that on our website, KXLY.com. Still ahead, 39 new cases of measles reported in the last 3 days. The growing concerns now from health officials. That's next on 4 News Now.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
4 News Now is brought to you by Kerner Furniture.
Buckle up, Sam. It's Truck Month.
It's time for the best deals across the full lineup. F-Series, the best-selling trucks for 48 years. We've got Maverick and Ranger fully prepared. This event is so big, it has something in it for everyone.
Imagine yourself in a new Toyota. Imagine the hidden gems you'll find. Sweet.
Ribs, please.
Imagine all the dust you'll kick up.
It's easy.
Imagine the memories you'll make.
Yeah.
And some you'd like to forget.
Right now, you can lease the new adventure-ready 2025 Toyota RAV4 for just $349 a month. Visit Toyota.com to learn more.
Go from dreaming it to driving it today.
Toyota, let's go places.
Sign up for the 4 News Now Brainstorm at KXLY.com.
Join us in celebrating Women in Construction Week, March 2nd through the 8th. WIC Week celebrates and honors the women who have made significant contributions to the construction industry while inspiring others to join this fulfilling journey, like these remarkable ladies.
We rise together, breaking through limits and building futures.
United, we forge a path for tomorrow's construction. Our dedication shapes structures that stand the test of time.
WIC Week is sponsored locally by these fine companies.
ABC's World News Tonight at 4 News Now, when the local story is national news.
When national stories hit home. Watch ABC World News Tonight at 5:30.
And 4 News Now at 6. That's what we mean when we say expect more.
Entertaining, innovating, fascinating, educating. A must attend. The 49th Annual Spokane Home and Garden Show today and tomorrow at the Downtown Spokane Convention Center. Hundreds of exhibits, quality products, expert services, creative ideas, designer vignettes, free seminars, and you could win a greenhouse. Play free mini golf for prizes, mimosas Sunday, and so much more. Today and tomorrow at the Downtown Spokane Convention Center. The 49th Annual Spokane Home and Garden Show. SpokaneHomeshows.com.
Buckle up, Sam. It's Truck Month.
It's time for the best deals across the full lineup. F-Series, the best-selling trucks for 48 years. We've got Maverick and Ranger fully prepared. This event is so big, it has something in it for everyone.
4 News Now is brought to you by Alpha Omega Tours.
Live from downtown Spokane, this is 4 News Now, Special Edition.
Thanks for staying with us here on this special edition of 4 News Now. Keep your jacket handy this week. It's going to get a little breezy. Jason Valentine has everything you need to know. Jason?
Thank you so much, Jordan. It is going to get breezy, and then by Monday into our next work week, it's going to be getting cooler. Good Saturday evening, everyone. You can take a look at the parking lot at the Spokane Arena. A lot of basketball fans out there. The downtown has been a buzz, and it's going to continue to be that way. 45 right now, staying warm into the evening hours. So our evening planners move on into tomorrow. We're going to be looking above the freezing level and maybe just a little bit of sunshine coming through as we get to tomorrow into our afternoon to late morning hours. So hopefully, but 10 to 20 mile per hour winds tomorrow, especially as we get to the later evening hours. Could even see gusts up to 35 miles per hour. We do have nothing on the radar right now, staying dry. That could change as we get into tomorrow night for all of our areas. And then by Tuesday night for the rest of our work week, more shower activity is on the way. It is our spring countdown. Daylight savings time is happening overnight tonight, so either when you go to bed or when you wake up tomorrow morning, put your clock ahead an hour. Of course, you don't have to do that for many of your devices. St. Patrick's Day is 9 days away, a week from Monday, and spring is going to hit finally in 12 days. It is going to feel like the last week of winter as we move along into this coming week with more showers, even rain-snow mix, and some snow in the mountains. All that, my first alert weather forecast coming up.
All right, Jason, we're looking forward to it. Thank you. Well, the number of measles cases identified in outbreaks in West Texas and a nearby county in New Mexico has jumped to nearly 230, according to health officials in those states. The U.S. Centers for Disease Control and Prevention says measles cases have now been reported in at least 12 states, including here in Washington. The majority are in western Texas and New Mexico. Mary Sheridan reports on the growing concerns from health officials.
Measles cases have now been reported in at least a dozen states. As of Friday, more than 200 have been reported this year, according to the U.S. Centers for Disease Control and Prevention. In the West Texas outbreak, which accounts for the vast majority of cases, 39 of those cases were reported in just 3 days.
The only way to stop an outbreak of measles is to prevent infections.
To prevent infections, health officials say more people need to get the measles, mumps, rubella vaccine. Typically, the first dose is given to children ages 12 to 15 months and is 93% effective. The second dose, given to kids between 4 and 6 years old, is about 97% effective, according to the CDC.
The MMR vaccine is one of the most effective vaccines we have against viral illness.
Dr. Wilson says the amount of misinformation surrounding vaccines has led to fewer people getting vaccinated, and that's how an outbreak starts. So far, 2 people have died, likely as a result from the measles, a school-aged child in Texas and an adult in New Mexico. Both were unvaccinated.
We should be very alarmed. We haven't seen a death of a child from measles in over a decade in this country.
The measles is highly contagious. The disease causes a rash of red spots, fever, cough, and red watery eyes. It can cause serious illness and even death, especially in young children.
It is the most infectious human virus, more infectious than COVID, more infectious than HIV.
This week, Texas officials expanded their vaccine guidelines to include infants as young as 6 months in areas where cases are high. Reporting in studio, Mary Sheridan, 4 News Now. Jordan?
Just so crucial to get those vaccinations. Thanks for that, Mary. And the federal government is offering Department of Health and Human Services workers voluntary severance packages. Many workers there can get up to $25,000 if they quit. Older employees, have been offered an early retirement incentive. The 180 workers at the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention who were fired, then rehired this week, are included. They have until next Friday to decide. Workers at the Education Department and Social Security Administration are being offered similar incentives. Agencies are hoping to get as many volunteers as possible to reduce the number of people that they have to fire. An update tonight from the Vatican. Pope Francis is responding well to this treatment and is showing a, quote, gradual, slight improvement. The Pope continues to receive oxygen from a mask overnight, but officials say another breathing crisis is a real possibility. According to the Vatican source, the Pope will participate in the traditional spiritual exercises for Lent from the hospital beginning on Sunday. Get excited for golf season with this week's Air for Adventure. Soar above one of the most popular courses here in Spokane. Go for a ride on the Air 4 drone over Wandermere Golf Course. That's coming up here after the break.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
Our region benefits greatly from the work of the Inland Northwest Wildlife Council. From programs tied to wildfire and wildlife rehabilitation to early hunter safety education programs, the Bighorn Outdoor Adventure Show is the largest fundraiser for the Wildlife Council. We encourage you to continue to support their programs by attending the Bighorn Show, March 20th through the 23rd at the Spokane Fair and Expo Center. Tickets are available online at the door, or you can enter for a chance to win them by going to our contest page at KXLY.com.
It's here. It's now. The Grand National RV Show. R&R RV North Spokane is hosting the Grand National RV Show March 13th through the 22nd. Shop over 140 RVs inside the West Coast's largest indoor showroom. Motorhomes, camper vans, fifth wheels, and trailers. The time to buy is now. The Grand National RV Show March 13th through 22nd indoors at R&R RV North Spokane. Special show pricing and giveaways. Visit rnrrv.com for more info.
DECU isn't like other financial institutions, and the difference is people. Because we're not for profit, there's no boardroom of billionaires maximizing their margins. Our biggest stakeholders are people, like you. It's our members who make money meaningful, so we focus on helping them thrive. It's the art student bringing beauty to his community that makes a college loan matter. It's the mother building her family's foundation that makes a mortgage matter. And at DECU, it's helping people that matters. DECU, we're here to help.
With Dupixent, stay ahead of moderate to severe eczema as you welcome the feeling of touch with clearer skin and less itch. The #1 prescribed biologic by dermatologists and allergists helps heal your skin from within. Severe allergic reactions can occur. Get help right away for face, mouth, tongue, or throat swelling, wheezing, or trouble breathing. Tell your doctor of new or worsening eye problems like eye pain, vision changes, or blurred vision, joint aches and pain, or a parasitic infection. Don't change or stop asthma or other medicines without talking to your doctor. Ask your doctor about Dupixent.
Traveling is so exciting that you'll need to be prepared.
New ID requirements for travel go into effect on May 7th, 2025.
There are multiple forms of ID you can use.
Whatever option you choose, make sure you have it with you before heading to the airport.
That way, you can travel stress-free.
Don't wait. Prepare today so you can relax and enjoy your flight.
It's your final boarding call for a real ID.
4 News Now is brought to you by Fairway Floor.
Welcome back. Dust off those golf clubs, and if you're like me, get ready to chase the ball out of bounds because golf has officially returned to the Inland Northwest with the Liberty Lake and Meadowood golf courses opening up today. So to help get you excited in this week's Air 4 adventure, we're soaring above one of the most popular golf courses here in Spokane. Let's go for a ride over the Wandermere Golf Course.
We're here at Wandermere Golf Course, here in the north end of Spokane. Beautiful day out here. I know we have a little smoke coverage, which has been kind of the normal out here this golf season, but still, of course, is in great shape. Kind of used to be almost a little hidden jewel out here, and with how much everything's developed up north, we're definitely getting a little busier. I think golf during COVID, it's one of the few things we could still get outdoors and enjoy, so it seems like golf everywhere is kind of up right now, and we've definitely seen that as well. We are family-run business. We started in 1929. Been here ever since, stayed in the family. I'll be the 5th generation to go through here. Been through some changes. We used to have ski jumps and swimming and all sorts of horseback riding, more like picnic, fun park place, and then converted to golf course and been that way since. First 9 is pretty open. You can definitely get away with spraying it off the tee a little bit out here, but around the greens, they are kind of smaller greens and some tricky slopes to them, so it definitely comes down to the short game out here. Back 9 definitely have some tricky holes, finishing 16, 17, 18. The river kind of comes into play there. As far as walking wise, it is a pretty walkable course, not too hilly, about 6,000 yards from the back tee box. Here in Spokane, we don't realize, I think, how spoiled we are when it comes to golf. Not only the prices, but the options as well. Within a 20-minute drive, you have about 10 to 12 courses to choose from and all reasonable price. So we definitely are a nice golfing town to be at.
That is exciting to see. And hey, like we said, the Liberty Lake and Meadowood golf courses are officially now back open. The facilities at Laytock Creek will begin to open next week. As for the city's courses, the creek at Qualchin is now open. Esmeralda and Downriver will open up on Wednesday. And the weather looks like it could cooperate if you want to hit the links this week. We've got another look at that forecast coming up here after the break.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
If you like options, you'll love my $5 all-day big deal meal. Choose from 4 delicious entrees and 5 tasty sides with a drink. Oh, and nobody else includes breakfast items all day. Just this guy. At Jack, every bite's a big deal.
Welcome to Jack in the Box.
Individuals, couples, and families. You could get a refund of up to $1,290 back on taxes paid last year, as well as refunds for 2023 and 2022. Learn more at workingfamiliescredit.wa.gov.
The itch and rash of moderate to severe eczema disrupts my skin. Despite treatment, it's still not under control. But now I have Rinvoq, a once-daily pill that reduces the itch and helps clear the rash of eczema fast. Some felt significant itch relief as early as 2 days, and some achieved dramatic skin clearance as early as 2 weeks. Many saw clear or almost clear skin. Plus, many had clearer skin and less itch, even at 3 years.
Rinvoq can lower ability to fight infections. Before treatment, test for TB and do blood work. Serious infections, blood clots, some fatal. Cancers including lymphoma and skin, serious allergic reactions, GI tears, death, heart attack, and stroke occurred. CV event risk increases in age 50 plus with a heart disease risk factor. Tell your doctor if you've had these events: infection, Hep B or C, smoked, are pregnant, or planning. Don't take if allergic or have an infection.
Disrupt the itch and rash of eczema. Talk to your dermatologist about Rinvoq.
Dad, is it true that we have a new car that's under $20,000?
It's true, Tay. The Mitsubishi Mirage is only $17,740.
Wow, that's amazing. And we're discounting the award-winning Outlander for over $10,000?
Right again, Tay. Right now, over $10,000 below MSRP or $4,000 in 0% interest.
Hurry in, everyone. A lot of great deals. And remember, we're a lot of fun, too.
Like division across from Lowe's.
Nothing. Nada.
If you've been injured in a car or truck accident, you don't pay the advocates anything unless we win.
Zilch. Diddly squat.
Donnie, I think they get it. You can stop now.
Great. I was beginning to run out of words.
Know what I'm doing tonight? I'm pouring chocolate all over my new banana French toast sticks. Crispy, fluffy, and just $2.99. What'd you think I was gonna say? Get so much more.
Welcome to Jock in the Box.
4 News Now is brought to you by Silver Mountain Resort in Kellogg, Idaho.
Well, if you find yourself feeling lucky next Saturday, leprechauns will be hiding gold for you and your family to find around Riverfront Park. That's pretty cool. Over 500 gold coins will be hidden all throughout the park before St. Patrick's Day parade. And if you find one, you could redeem it for a free ride on the Loof Carousel or Numerica's Sky Ride. And those coins will be hidden by 10 a.m., so make sure to get out and test your luck. We've got a map of the coin locations on our website, so check that out. So I've heard that pot of gold is found at the end of the rainbow, but you need both sun and I think rain for those to happen. We could be due for that.
We could be due for that, Jordan. But quickly, speaking of leprechauns, Lucky Charms marshmallows in a packet are in stores right now.
Is that real?
Yes.
You can just buy the marshmallows?
I saw it this morning.
Those are my plans tonight. That is awesome. That's the best part of the whole cereal.
All right, let's take a look outside. And again, don't worry. We haven't lost Coeur d'Alene. It is around 47 right now. There, 45 in Spokane. And we have a very nice evening ahead. We have a little bit of breeze going on, but we'll see much more breeze tomorrow. So 4 things you need to know. Spring ahead. Don't forget, go ahead an hour tomorrow morning or even when you go to bed tonight on all the clocks that you need to change. Warm and breezy tomorrow, cooler and wet next week. Well, after all, it is our last full week of winter, so that is apropos. And rain returns tomorrow, very late. I'll get to that in a second. So current temperatures, Coeur d'Alene, we're around 47 right now, 45 for Spokane, 53 for our good friends down in the Tri-Cities. Looks like Lewiston's our hot spot at 54. The temperatures all over the place, but you see this at this time of year as it's kind of growing pains into the warming temperatures of spring as we see the last tendrils of winter go away. So with our high temperatures tomorrow, we're going to be very warm yet again, well above our average, about 10 degrees. But then by Monday, we're going to be down right around our average, 47, 46. And that's going to continue as we get into our next weekend. And things are going to be getting so cold on Friday and Saturday. We could see a little bit of rain-snow mix in our areas. And if you're doing any traveling, it does look like the passes, especially Snoqualmie Pass, White Pass, are expecting 2 to 3 to 4 inches of snow starting Thursday morning. So if you're doing traveling for next weekend, do be prepared. Winds right now, not much at all, but tomorrow, 10 to 20 miles per hour. And as we get to the evening hours, we could see a little rain, and we're going to see those winds pick up. Could see around 35-mile-per-hour gusts. So overnight tonight, though, we are looking very nice. Maybe a little bit of cloud coverage as we get to tomorrow morning on our forecast radar. But as we move along in the day, you can see impending shower activity starting to come from the northwest. Should be very late for the Coeur d'Alene, Spokane areas, but there could be some heavy cells in there, so do be prepared for that. As we get into early Monday morning, though, we're going to expect some snow. Moscow and Pullman, maybe some rain-snow mix there, and that'll move out by the time we get to the commute, but could be quite wet and maybe slick for your morning commute, especially in the Panhandle, so do get ready for that Monday morning. So as we move along into the next couple of days, again, tomorrow, much warmer, mid to upper 50s. Then we're going to be seeing that cool down come as we get to the next couple of days. So what difference does it make when we spring ahead an hour for daylight savings time? Well, we had been gaining so much sunshine in the morning, we lose that, but we gain the sunshine in the evening, almost to 7 p.m. our sunset. 7-day forecast, again, breezy tomorrow, 10 to 20 mile per hour winds as we move along in the day. Cooler temperatures Tuesday late night as we expect some of the shower activity to start. Then we're going to see it off and on through our weekend. So for our final week of winter, do get ready for much cooler and wetter conditions on the way.
You know what? I don't think any of that weather is going to keep people off the golf course this week,
I don't
Jason.
think so.
Yeah, all right, thank you for that. Well, today is International Women's Day, and to celebrate, the International Rescue Committee hosted an event for immigrant and refugee women. And the event hosted organizations that could help women with things like immigration paperwork and finding schools for their children. It also provided an opportunity for women to connect with one another.
Like, people need each other, and it's just amazing to see how people from different countries, from different pieces of the land, speaking different language, they can communicate and find friends and just supporting each other.
And the organization hosting the event hoped women left feeling celebrated for all of the amazing things they do, and with a larger community of people to support them. 4 News Now will be right back.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
I'm a real wild one. Once in a while, we all want to go wild. We just need a little help. Meet a little help. The 2024 Ford Bronco Sport Wild Edition goes over any terrain, so you can go all out. Get a wild deal on a Bronco Sport today. Lease a 24 Bronco Sport 4x4 Wild Edition for just $299 a month for 36 months. Only at your local Ford dealer.
Watch Judy Justice weekdays at 3 on KXLY ABC4.
Judy Justice is now in session right here.
Judy Justice is brought to you by Russell and Hill. Injured in a car, truck, or motorcycle wreck? Call 1-800-LAW-0842.
Upset stomach? Iberogast. Indigestion? Iberogast. Bloating? Iberogast. Thanks to a unique combination of herbs, Iberogast helps relieve 6 digestive symptoms to help you feel better. 6 digestive symptoms, the power of nature. Iberogast.
I'm Mark Peterson, the Extreme Team and Horizon Credit Union, ready to take on our next job. If you know of a project that needs an Extreme Team makeover, go to KXLY.com to nominate it. Our thanks to Horizon Credit Union for sponsoring the 4 News Now Extreme Team.
Celebrate Bi-Mart's 70th anniversary during our open house with our latest savings book. Storeware's 23-gallon storage totes are $8.99. Arm & Hammer liquid detergent is $2 off. Save $1 on Pedigree bag dry dog food. Stock up on seed packets, they're 50% off. And there's great savings on pantry essentials. During our open house, members and non-members can stop in and save now through March 10th at Bi-Mart. Saving the Northwest more since 1955.
A real meal deserves a real dessert, like the DQ $7 meal deal with your choice of all this for just $7. Because a full-size meal without that satisfying sweet treat, that's like chicken strips with no dip, like a burger with no bun, like a sundae with no drizzle. Whether you go for chicken strips or a cheeseburger, treat yourself to an honest-to-goodness meal with full-size fries, a drink, and dessert, all for just $7 a DQ.
The Working Families Tax Credit isn't just for families. Individuals and couples can apply too. See if you or your family are eligible for this tax refund at workingfamiliescredit.wa.gov/eligibility.
All right, welcome back, everyone. For tomorrow, we'll see mostly cloudy skies, a little bit of sunshine, highs mid to upper 50s. We do expect showers to come late, also winds to come late, 10 to 20 mile per hour winds. Could see gusts up to 35 miles per hour. But guys, for the next week, our last full week of winter, we have some wetness and highs in the mid to upper 40s. So it's going to be getting chilly yet again.
My ears perked up when you said final week of winter.
Yes.
So I'm fired up for that.
All right, well, over at the Spokane Arena, the Freeman Scotties just tipped off against Columbia. The winner gets to take home the 2B Boys State Championship title. And same goes for Gonzaga Prep, battling Puyallup in the Tacoma Dome. Last time they won that 4A state title was with former Gonzaga Bulldog Anton Watson in 2019.
Whoa.
Guys, the cherry on top of the night, the Northwest Christian girls just took home that 2B girls title across the street.
Let's go.
An overtime win for the underdogs.
Fantastic. Let's go. Congratulations to them.
So great.
That is awesome. Awesome. Hey, thanks for being with us here. Enjoy the evening. We'll see you tomorrow.